Hello everybody, and welcome to a little mini-ish book haul. Yeah, it's not that big, it's not. And actually, of these books, I only paid for 5 of them. And there's 9. Okay, that really didn't work out as well as I thought it would. So, like I said, small little book haul, mainly because I received some things in the mail recently that I'm really excited to show off and sort of talk about how I got them, because some of them I won and I'm very excited. But I guess I should probably start with the things that I actually bought. So we'll start with those, then we'll go to the things that I either received, like took as offs, or, you know, etc, etc. So first up we have The Boy in the Smoke by Maureen Johnson. This is a novella that goes with her Shades of London series, and until literally today when they announced that it was going to be free on Wattpad, it was only available in the UK as part of World Book Day. I really wanted this, and yeah, it's going to be free, but at the time I didn't know that when I purchased it. And then also, I'm kind of glad to have it. It's really cute, it's very short, it's only 86 pages, so it's very short, and it's really wonderful. It's about Stephen, who is the main male character, and he's wonderful, and I'm having all the Stephen feels. I really love Stephen, and this was a really great insight into his character prior to the series. Speaking of series, I also picked up Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness. This is the second book in her All Souls trilogy. The first book I hauled previously in my pre-camping book haul, which was Discovery of Witches, and I read it while I was camping, so now it's like all smells of wood smoke and nature and things, which I think actually suits that book rather well. But this is the second book. I guess it's sort of long story short on Discovery of Witches. Plot, science, history, all the really good stuff I really like. The romance, I think, is stupid. Yeah. My main objection is that it happens really fast, but apparently that all gets explained as to why it happened so fast over the course of like this book, and especially the third one, The Book of Life, which just came out in July. But anywho, Shadow of Night, very excited to read this, even though it is very big. It's a big book, but I'm ready. And the last of the things that I bought were actually graphic novels. So first up I have Marvel 1602 by Neil Gaiman. I don't normally get graphic novels that are based on superheroes, mainly because I really usually hate the artwork that's in them, but this one is actually really wonderful. The art is done by Andy Kubert, who has actually illustrated most of Neil Gaiman's books that he has illustrations for, and basically what happens is Neil Gaiman has taken a whole bunch of really well-known Marvel superheroes and thrown them into 1602 Europe, and it's like ridiculously historically accurate, and it's just beautiful. It really is just stunning artwork. I love it, the colours and everything. I also love how there's tons of bonus content in the back talking about the making of this graphic novel, but I'm actually really glad that I have it. This is one of the few that I've always kind of really wanted to own. And the last 2 that I bought are also graphic novels, and they are a series. It is volumes 1 and 2 of Amulet by Kazuki Buishi, who's actually the artist who just redesigned the US Harry Potter covers in paperback. This is a middle grade adventure fantasy series, which is really awesome. I love his use of colour, and I've currently started volume 1, though I only read it for like a minute or 2, but I really liked what I read so far, so I'm excited to keep going with this. Alright, all these next books I did not buy, I either picked up or received. So let's just start with the ones that I picked up. First I have an arc of A Sudden Light by Garth Stein. This is the author who wrote the really well-received The Art of Racing in the Rain, which I have not read, but I picked this up because A, I think this cover is really beautiful. I love the use of the purple and the blue, but it also had a really cool premise about a boy whose like parents are about to go through like a trial separation and such, and they move out to their old family estate, and he finds that there's a ghost living there. So it's sort of about ghosts and family history, and there's a little bit of paranormal, obviously, because ghosts. I've said ghosts like 3 times in the past minute. Whatever. It sounded kind of cool. If I don't like it, it'll be no harm done. And the last arc I picked up is Endgame by Frey. What's his name again? Yes, James Frey. I sort of didn't think when I picked it up, and I didn't pay attention to the back, because this is actually being put out by Full Fathom 5, and I didn't even think about that when I saw James Frey. It just didn't connect. And for those of you who don't know the whole thing about the Full Fathom 5, you can look it up. It was just kind of a really big controversy about some of the business practices of Full Fathom 5. Okay, the last 2 things I'm really excited to show you because I won them in Twitter giveaways. First up, I have Exile by Kevin Emerson. What happened was it was Mr. Emerson's birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Emerson. I hope you had a very lovely birthday. And he asked us all to basically tweet him our favourite piece of birthday advice. So I tweeted him one of my favourite pieces of advice, which is, you're only young once, but you can be immature forever. And he said, you know, and he said he really liked my advice, so he asked what book I would like. And I said I'd really like Exile, because I'd heard about this book. This is his latest contemporary. It's going to be a trilogy. And it is about a high school girl who's managing a band, and she's essentially just been fired by her band, whose lead singer is her now ex-boyfriend. And she ends up teaming up with another guy who's just sort of been exiled by his own band. But I won't say too much for fear of giving it away, and also because I'm still reading it. I've just started it, and I really like it. And also, I really love this cover design. And the underjacket has it too, so it's really, really cool. He was also really kind and both signed and personalised it to me, so this is a treasure. I'm glad to have it. And the last giveaway I won is a book plus a little bit of swag, and it's something I'm so excited to have. Like, I can't even explain. It is The Kiss of Deception by Mary Eva Pearson. It is also a signed copy, which I won from Fierce Reads. Thank you, Fierce Reads. So yes, I got the book, which I knew I was going to get, but I got some other things as well, which was really, really exciting. I got this pin that says, in the farthest corner, I will find you, which for me is really ominous because I don't know if that's from the assassin or the prince. Oh, I realised I didn't mention what this book is about. I'm sure you've seen tons of booktubers talking about it, but it's about a princess who runs away from her wedding day, hides out in this like remote village, and then the prince she was supposed to marry and an assassin who's been sent to kill her both arrive in the village, and you apparently read all these different perspectives, but you're not sure who is whom when it comes to whether it's the prince or the assassin. So it's like, I love stuff like that. Also, this is a really big book. It's a really big book. I need like a big, good, chunky book I can just sink my teeth into. And they didn't just send me that, they also sent me a poster, which I will do my best to show. It's basically the cover on the front, but on the back, it has a map. This is the map you see in the inside flap. So that's really, really cool. That was really, really great to win. And like all these things arrived in at once. I was so excited. So that's all for me tonight. So until next time, cheers.